sacar a mí.
Sí, también.
A él. Okay, también. Okay. This is a video that will be posted on internet,
Okay.
and we're Fulbrighters, and we're here in Brazil to learn about the history, with the way Brazilians live and work and love and don't love and whatever what information you want to give us. Do you consent to your interview being posted on the internet?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Are you?
No problem. Okay, we've heard, not that we've heard, but many women, I have asked women to speak about violence against women in Brazil, about equality in Brazil, women in the workforce, in the places where they work. And I've been getting diverse answers. I would like you to comment on equality, women equality in Brazil.
Woman equality. In my opinion, the search for equality here in Brazil, it's not like in the rest of the world. That's why many feminist movements have stopped to, how can I say, they have stopped to help the Brazilian movements. When it comes to feminine liberty movement here in Brazil, I think the focus is much more about sexuality than it is in the rest of the world. You see, here the discussion about abortions and the right of the woman to have as many partners as she wants, it's much more visible, you know. Outside Brazil, I think they search much more causes to fight, like not only harassments in the workplace, but I mean things like the right to do everything a man usually kind of forced to do in society, you know. Like if the school has a football team for men and don't have a football team for women, they will fight to have their football team. But I don't see that very much in Brazil.
You don't see that?
Yeah.
We were mentioning some rights. It seems like a couple of maybe decades ago, women, I think 42,000 women were killed from, let's say, a span of maybe 6 or 7 years. Would you like to comment on violence against women in Brazil?
Killed?
By their husbands or lovers, or were killed or murdered.
Oh, I see. I think in Brazil, yeah, he said that
we see
it. Yeah, we see that a lot. Yeah, maybe it's the very religious background Brazil has, but yeah, the religious thinking affect that.
Brazil is still
Yeah.
very much a Catholic country.
I don't
Or
know
like,
either. I just wanted to stop.
no,
I don't want
see
to
this
make you on.
See, there's every day that come on the subject.
It's
Yeah.
very
Yes.
common. Yes, it's very common. But I read, Yata, I read the other day that in 1 year only in Rio de Janeiro, 352 women were murdered by their husbands or lovers, and I thought it was very unusual. Given the population of Rio de Janeiro, I thought the number was too low. What do you think? 352 women in a year, that's a woman per day, that seems very little.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, we don't want the number to be high.
yeah.
You think so? The numbers?
And Rio de Janeiro is a very dangerous city. Even if it's also very beautiful one.
Yeah.
It is still a very dangerous city. So if you only look at the statistics of women who have been murdered by their partner, they seem low, but I mean, a lot of women dies in a lot of different ways that still relates to sexist prejudice.
Oh, okay. Do you have the universal medical plan, the one that the government offers? Do you have the universal plan medical insurance?
No,
You have a private one.
yeah,
Yeah, private.
A
The
private
public
one.
one is basically a death wish.
Really? Is it that bad? Is it that bad? The hospital?
Until you get proper care, you basically be dead.
yeah.
Depending on your
It takes
condition.
too
Okay,
long.
and we've also heard about maybe a police brutality or police abuse. Do you think that happens in Rio de Janeiro very often?
I think
Depends
that,
on the subject because it's very sensitive.
yeah, and the police here, they don't get the right treatment, in my opinion. The police in the rest of the world, they earn enough for their living, and they get better preparation, and they have better guns, you know.
But most importantly, they are treated as heroes.
Yeah. Here in Brazil, we seem like here in Brazil, especially in Rio de Janeiro, we don't seem to. How can I say this? We don't seem to care enough about the police. You know, they are just there to do their job and kill or be killed, but you know, their profession is much more important than the values they give.
Are there any corrupt? Would you say they're corrupt police officers?
Corruption
It's everywhere.
is everywhere. It doesn't matter where you are, if you are in a church or if you are in the government, there always be someone who's corrupt. The problem in Brazil, I think, is that people don't take corruption serious enough, you know. The same person who are complaining about the millions and the millions or billions of reais that the politicians stole, maybe are used to do another thing that's against the law, you know, but it seems like everyone here have their own standard of what is right and what is wrong. So they just, you know, don't take too much attention.
Okay, what about schools? How are the schools in Rio? Do you come from public schools? From the public school system, or did you go to private schools?
Private schools.
Private schools. Private schools
Yeah.
also. And you've never been in a public school?
No, but my parents were from public school.
Yeah.
They
And-
suffered the decay system during the last decades.
Okay. And would you marry a black woman? Okay, so there's no racial problems here in Brazil with blacks and whites.
No, there are racial problems, but in my opinion, I would not care about marrying a black woman.
Thank you guys very much.
Care too much
Obrigada.
about that.
Yeah.
They kind of make
It
that a
seems,
problem.
but
It's
it
not
seems
that
to me,
great.
like here, are you still?
Ah, sí.
What are you
Doing, well, sigue.
engineering?
You
And
do?
Yeah.
and which kind of engineering are you studying? I mean,
Civil engineering
Mechanic?
and industrial engineering.
Industrial?
Yeah, you
Oh, that's
say
cool.
industrial, but here is production.
Oh, okay.
Ok, obrigada.